Welcome to the Podcast Club podcast. My name is Suraj.
I'm Evan.
I'm Colin.
And I am Shivum. So today we're going to be doing a food review on a restaurant in Concord called Next Level Burger. And we're going to do this with a special guest, none other than Mr. Corbett. So, Mr. Corbett, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
Thank you, Podcast Club. I'm excited to be here. I'm Mr. Corbett. I teach world history at Northgate, and I had Shivum and Suraj in my AP World History class last year, and I'm teaching the same things this year from home while full-time dad and part-time gardener, and trying to take it one day at a time during these crazy times. But I'm happy to be here. It's exciting. I've listened to podcasts, but I've never been on one. So this is a first. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's cool to have a fan on the show. So when we heard that we were doing a food episode, Shivum and Suraj they wanted to have you on for some reason. I don't really know you very well, so I didn't have you. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and are you a foodie and what types of food do you like to eat?
Yeah, so Shivum kind of emailed me and asked me, what would you like to talk about? And really, I couldn't think of anything to talk about, but I do like food. I think it's something I can talk about. And I enjoy eating and tasting new things, definitely. I enjoy cooking, but I am not particularly good at it, but I do like it. It's kind of a fun, end of the day activity, especially kind of turn, it works different parts of the brain than teaching does. So I like it. And I love trying, anything new. I'm pretty much game for. So when we met earlier and we're kind of bouncing around ideas, and somebody said Next Level Burger, that is something I've never tried before. I've been curious about the fake Beyond Meat that they serve there, and so this sounded like a good opportunity or excuse to try something new that I might not otherwise try for at least for a while.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't have went out and tried this unless we came up with this idea to do so.
On that, I would have never tried this place because it's sort of like an overpriced burger. That's not a real burger, so why would I get it? But honestly, I had it and I really enjoyed it. I'd say my family all had a little bite of the patty, and the chicken, it kind of tastes like chicken. It was really weird. It even kind of looked like chicken, and it was crispy on the outside, and it looked totally deep fried. And I actually really enjoyed it. I ate it really quickly, and it was I definitely eat it again for sure.
Yeah, I mean, one thing you said is that how you ate it really quickly. I do also think that the portion size was a little small for how much the price was, because some of the burgers are almost $15, $16, and so mine was just $9, but it was borderline between a burger and a slider. I wouldn't say the patty was super big or anything. It was definitely good. I think I definitely should have gotten a double patty, because then that would have just given me more of a filling dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely probably needed to eat something else after that.
Yeah, and just sort of for the viewers who didn't eat the burger themselves, it's sort of I'd say the size of an In-N-Out burger. Mine was kind of also for 3 times the price, but I mean, it's sort of, that makes it sound a lot worse than it really was, because it did taste good. But just for sizing, yeah, it kind of was the size of an In-N-Out burger. It was not super big, but yeah. And sorry, Shim, you can continue.
Oh no, that's all. That's fine. Well, I'm actually interested in how some of the other kinds of burgers were, the fish I think Colin got. That seems pretty interesting. How do you think they executed that?
Well, like I'm a fish fan. I like salmon, tilapia, tuna some. So like I was optimistic about it. Um, when I like went there because I like picked it up. It seemed like a pretty good atmosphere, but like specifically with the burger, um, like it was all right, I'd say. I wasn't expecting anything too crazy. I was just expecting like maybe something like normal, just like fish. Um, I figured it was like not gonna have like a whole ton of taste because I figured they wouldn't want to like put like that, I figured they wouldn't want to like overload it with taste because I feel like that would be like not a that wouldn't be a recipe for success. So I wasn't anticipating anything like really out there. And then like when I got it and I brought it home, uh, I wasn't like super impressed with it. Like it was pretty small, like Shivum said for the other one, but I feel like that's like not consistent with all of them because I think the one Siraj had was like a little bit bigger, but like the fish, it looked like fish. It definitely looked a lot like fish, at least on the outside. The inside wasn't like flaky like fish. Like it like kind of like sheds off. It was like more the consistency of chicken, I'd say. Um, and it actually tasted a little bit like chicken, which I thought was interesting. But I figured that like fish is like kind of a difficult taste to replicate. It's kind of like so unique on the meats. Um, so I wouldn't say it was like horrible. But I wouldn't say like I would really go back and try it again. I was kind of underwhelmed, but I was like always measuring my expectations. So I thought that it was I thought it was respectable.
Yeah.
Well,
Well. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I did not like the burger at all. It's like
Wait, which one did you get?
I
I
had
wasn't
like the
near that
double
first.
stacked spicy chicken burger. The patty itself, it didn't have like any flavor. It like it felt like chicken, but it didn't taste like anything, even though it was spicy. And the bun was soggy. The avocado tasted bitter. The avocado ruined it for me. Like I only ate half the burger, and yeah. So like the overall, I calculated the volume and everything. So it's like 26.66 inches, and that comes up to like $1.70 per square inch. Yeah, I don't think it was worth it at all.
Okay. Well, um, like take us through what you were expecting it to be like.
Um, I expected it to be like a chicken burger. I can show you like a picture of it as well. Let me bring it up.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay. Well, while he's bringing it up, I believe Mr. Corbett and I both had the beef burger, like just just a regular burger. But before that, I want to emphasize that I'm vegetarian, so I do not know how beef tastes like. And you guys are probably like, "Oh my gosh, you are crazy! Have you not eaten beef before?" And yeah, I've not eaten beef before, so honestly, like with the burger, I would say like it wasn't like super crazy with taste or something like that. It was I wouldn't say it had like it was a bad taste or anything. It was definitely solid. I don't think they completely botched it or anything. I think that overall like it went well with the cheese and other condiments like lettuce, tomatoes. It definitely tasted like one decent dish, but I wouldn't say it was like an amazing taste or anything. I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to taste though, like compared to the beef, like real beef. So yeah, Mr. Corbett, do you want to say what you think?
Sure. I had the double beef burger, and yeah, it's kind of like their standard menu option. I think that's what like their flagship menu item is, and yeah, it was interesting. It tasted good. I liked the general flavor of it. The texture of the beef, it was like perfect beef, like perfectly smooth beef, which was kind of weird. Like you expect your burger patty to be like imperfect, but it was perfect. And it was pretty good. It was like I was telling my wife that it was kind of like when I was in college, at the cafeteria, you could get a burger any day. Like any day you go to the cafeteria, you could get a burger. It wasn't a great burger. It was serviceable. I would say this was a serviceable double cheeseburger. But the price, the value,
Did it
like
taste
price level option didn't necessarily match up with the taste or with the whole package. Yeah, that's what I would say in a nutshell is that. And but I did have fries, which were okay. But you know what? I mean, if we're honest, you know, delivery burger and fries, it's not like the best place to eat burger and fries, right? Especially fries after they've been sitting for a while. So I think they could have been better, but nobody really has good fries when you get it delivered, which I did.
Yeah.
What I would give high marks to is the special sauce. The special sauce gets high marks in my book. I would give that a 5 out of 5 or 10 out of 10, whatever scale we want to use. The burger, I'd probably give I would give it like a 6. The freshness of the ingredients helped a lot. If it wasn't as fresh, maybe a 5. There you go.
All right. Yeah, well, so do you think I mean, I don't know. I can't comment on this. So do you think it tasted like beef? Like how accurate do you think the taste was?
Yeah. I think if you had given this burger to me and not told me that it was a veggie burger, essentially, I think I could have been fooled. Yeah, I think I could have been fooled, but it wouldn't have been an amazing burger. Like I would have been like, okay, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Serviceable.
And a question for both Shivum and Mr. Corbett. So I think a lot of the things that makes a burger good is one of the things that make the burger good is the juice, right? You wanted like a juicy burger. Like, did it have that, or was it dry, or did you not really notice that aspect? Because I'm really curious about that, because I don't know how you replicate the juiciness using like soy and stuff. So I'm curious on your insight.
Okay, with that, I would say it was like somewhat juicy. It was kind of dry. Like it wasn't like totally juicy. I feel like some of the moisture or like some of the different texture came from like the cheese with the burger. But I don't know if it was like super juicy or anything. It was a little dry to me. I have no idea how juicy it's supposed to be. But it definitely, I would say, didn't taste like a veggie burger. Like it was definitely like more of a foreign taste. I can't really describe it. It tasted, I mean, I guess if it tastes like meat, it tastes like meat. But veggie burgers are like sort of less like cohesive as a burger patty and taste kind of like vegetables or whatever's in it. Like it doesn't taste like meat. But this burger definitely did not taste like a veggie burger.
I agree with you. I think that it was a little dry, but the melted cheese helps a lot. The special sauce, yeah, those things all kind of help you overlook the
special sauce
dry.
is? I mean, I know it's supposed to be special, but like
I don't know. It looks like Thousand Island dressing, but I would say it had a little bit more of a kick to it than the average special sauce. Yeah.
I feel like maybe like if there were, I could have gotten a burger with like maybe more other toppings on it than, because mine was pretty much just lettuce and tomatoes and cheese. Like it was just a cheeseburger. But I feel like if I put more on it, then it would be nicer. But that would probably be even more expensive than it already is. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And to follow up on Mr. Corbett's analysis, he was saying like the meat was sort of dry. I think I can agree with that. I think it's definitely hard to replicate the juiciness of real meat. So I say like with the chicken one, the chicken was kind of dry and there wasn't that, chicken flavor, I guess. But I think it was good enough so that other ingredients like the tomatoes and the lettuce and the really good sauce that I had, I think that's what made the burger good. And the patty did just enough to make the whole thing good. But I say like the patty alone, or just like buns and a patty, I don't think I would have liked it at all. because it was kind of dry, admittedly, because it is hard to replicate that aspect of meat.
But like grilled chicken doesn't really have much juice, I think. So like
Yeah, but fried chicken. Fried chicken.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
a different thing though, but that would have had a lot.
Was
Of
this
not
supposed to be a fried chicken or not fried?
No, this was not.
supposed to replicate it.
It's not like the Popeyes fried chicken. It's more
like a
like
baked chicken.
like ground chicken kind of. Yeah, but not like Popeyes.
I'm sorry, I can't relate to any of this.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
It feels like
I'm
the
just nodding
school.
because I'm nodding.
It feels like the school lunch chicken burgers,
Yeah.
but it tastes worse than them. Like I didn't get any taste. I don't know about you, but
the other ingredients were much better quality than the school lunch. It had fresh tomatoes and lettuce and like a good sauce and a
I
better
had one
pie.
tomato.
One
I
tomato.
would say
I had one tomato.
I definitely think that Evan and Suraj have very different takes on the burgers that they ate.
Wait, let me show you a picture of the burgers.
Yeah.
This is how mine looked. Right out of the box. The bacon tasted like mushed together dried cranberries.
Oh, you have bacon?
Yeah, the bacon tasted horrible. The bacon and avocado made this like unedible.
Yeah, I don't really like
Inedible, yeah.
avocado on
Yeah, inedible, yeah.
anything.
No, you're good. You're good.
And this is how it's supposed to look. Wait.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's obviously just like the the copy that they put on the menu or something. That's not how it's actually going to look for like anyone's burger, even if they didn't mess it up like you think they did.
Mine looked more like that burger, like the picture burger, than Suraj's burger. I'll say that. The bun, that looks like a fancy bun, but mine looked more like the picture perfect one. I gotta say, to give them credit.
Also,
But-
I think the lighting on your picture kind of makes it look worse than it really is.
Like look at it from the top. It looks like it's like mushed together.
Well, because like that's partly because of the tin foil. Because you were the
Yeah.
only one that was like wrapped in tin foil,
Yeah.
and I felt like that mine, like the fish one, I felt like it looked like pretty much like a fish sandwich. Like the presentation was pretty nice. Like the bun was firm and
Yeah.
it was breaded correctly. So I felt like it looked nice. But
Yeah,
like
mine
in
looked
terms of
presentable
taste,
enough.
like I don't feel like it's stacked up, and I feel like that's a sentiment that like Suraj was echoing. But like when it's in the tin foil, it's definitely going to be like a lot more humid, a lot more moist. So the bun's going to be a lot more soggy. So I feel like that like contributed to like some of the bad taste.
Okay, but like look at the
Mr.
lettuce.
Corbett,
It looks
what
like
do you
it's
think
cooked.
about the presentation of your burger? Like,
Oh,
do you think
sorry.
it looked like a real like hamburger? Or whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like getting all this wrong.
What was the time difference? When was this ordered and when was it eaten? I think we need to get to the bottom of this.
Ooh, so
I mean,
it was-
everyone seems to think that theirs looked fine, but it seems to only be Suraj that presentation was off.
so like I ordered it like around 5:45 probably,
I mean, just for clarification,
and then it got like we finally got it at like 6.
yeah, just for clarification.
Oh,
Yeah, Colin got it for me, Evan, and Suraj.
Yeah.
As well as him.
yeah, I just dropped it off at their houses. But like I ordered it like 5:45. I got it at like 6, and then like I had to come back because like we all are like closer to Walnut Creek than Concord, so I had to bring it back. And then Suraj, I think you got yours at like 6:30, 6:30 something.
Yes, like half an hour.
Yeah,
I
it was like
ate it
half
right
an hour for
after.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so if
tough.
they all took the same... Oh, sorry. Yeah, Mr. Corbett, you can go.
Burger is just a tough one to get on the go, you know? It
Yeah.
just doesn't travel well in general, which is why I haven't eaten one for like a year. I haven't had takeout burgers since the pandemic started. Anyway, but it was
That
still pretty
seems
good.
rough.
That is a good point now that I think of it. We haven't been having a lot of takeout burgers. It's definitely more like Chinese food, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of Chinese food compared to other food.
Yeah. I'd say with Suraj, I think it really was a bit more the packaging. Whether or not you want to blame it on them, that's one thing. But again, like for me and Colin, the presentation was not bad, I think. But like, I'm curious about the bacon though, because you've eaten real bacon, right, Suraj? So like, how
Yeah.
did that taste? You said you compared it to cranberries, and I want to hear more about that.
The texture
I
is like mushed together dried cranberries, and the taste, it wasn't pleasant. It was like eating like a peel of a fruit. Like it was bitter.
It was bitter.
Yeah, it was bitter. The same
Ba-
like so
The bacon
I
was
don't
bitter.
yeah.
Bacon's not supposed to be bitter, but he said it tastes bitter.
Yeah, the bacon guac and yeah, the bacon and guac made the whole burger bad. Like I don't care about the presentation and all, but the taste not good.
Mm.
Okay, so what would you rate it out of 10?
A 2 out of 10. I like the experience. Like I always wanted to taste like a fake meat burger. Like I had veggie burgers before, but I never had like a burger that like in like was supposed to be like chicken or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Colin, what would you rate yours?
I'd give mine like a 4 out of 10. I feel like it'd be more like a 5 or a 6 if I got the beef, since like I feel like fish is like harder to replicate. But like overall, I was just kind of underwhelmed. So I probably wouldn't get it again. But if it was like all that was around, then like I'd be fine eating it. I just wouldn't like feel enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, like I would say my rating would be similar to Mr. Corbett, probably like a 6 or maybe a 7. I don't know. I would say I would recommend everyone to at least try the burger because it's definitely worth a try. Like
Definitely.
definitely to get a new like a different experience. Like it's pretty crazy. Like if you think about it, how they're able to like get like things that are not meat to even closely match what meat is. So just to get that experience is good. What would you say, Evan?
So this is tough because yes, it was expensive, but you also have to take into account profit margins. So I don't know if there's overpricing it or if they actually do need to sell it at that price. Mine was like I think $10, and it also was not that big. I think if they're not gonna kill a chicken, they might as well make the patty big, right? So then they don't need a bigger chicken, so they can make it as big as they want, right? I don't know why they couldn't have made the patty could have been a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I honestly did enjoy it. I'd say I'll give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. 7 if I'm feeling nice, because like the thought did count in this case, because I feel like they really did make an effort. I didn't feel like they made an effort. Maybe Suraj does not agree with me, but I just feel like they did make an effort. And I'm not usually like one to ever consider being vegan or vegetarian, so I'm honestly surprised I'm saying this, but it honestly was not that bad, and I have to give them credit. So 6.5, maybe 7. That's my analysis.
And maybe our opinions will improve as they increase their, or like if they get better at making stuff like this.
I hope they do. Absolutely, yeah.
Because I'm sure it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that the meat, the beef, I don't know if the chicken or fish is from the same company, but that the meat comes from that Beyond Meat. Like you can buy it at the store, and I think the stock price has shot up over the last like year or two. Bill Gates, I think, recommends, or that we're all going to have to like shift toward Beyond Meat and similar products. What do you think? Do you think it's going to catch on? Do you think people will go for this imposter?
Me? I would say yes. Or sorry, Shim, you can talk about it first.
Oh, I didn't really have much to say. You can go first.
I would say fake meat in a burger is sort of like an electric car, but less cool. It's gonna keep on going. It's not a Tesla, right? I'd rather have a Tesla than like, a Ford Fusion or whatever, right? I would also rather have a normal burger than this. However, I do believe that this is the future. And I think that we've already seen like, I don't know, I haven't been alive that long, but I know there's definitely been like a big increase in this type of thing. So I'd say definitely companies will and should invest a lot more in fake meat because it is better for the environment, and more people are becoming vegan and vegetarian. And I think the veggie burger is trying to be a veggie burger and a supplement instead of a normal burger that vegetarians can eat at the barbecue. I think this is one of the first steps to where they're actually trying to compete with the hamburger at the barbecue, right? And I think that so far they're doing a pretty good job. And I think that this definitely is the future because they definitely have a good start on it. And as technology is improving and they can cut down, production costs, I think they're going to get a lot better, and we're going to see a lot more of these restaurants around it. And I think that's a good thing as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, as time goes on and as it gets more popular, I think it's definitely going to get better. Like, even though some of us didn't have like a great experience, I think that like in 5 years, it could be totally different, and like there are probably going to be like at least twice as many of these type of stores by then. Since the idea is like catching on so quickly, and it's like becoming, like Mr. Corbett said, in grocery stores, the Beyond Meat is becoming like really popular, and like more of a normal thing. So I definitely think that's gonna, like, as time goes on, the technology is gonna improve. There's gonna be better, like just better technology to like kind of create like more similar burgers, and we're like gonna be able to like have steak and other types of meat that aren't just ground. Um, but I definitely think that like the future is bright for this industry, and like I'd be excited to try it again. I just like the experience wasn't great this time, but I definitely think like it's looking up.
So like, would you go again and maybe get a different one?
I personally would not go again because of my experience. It's been stained. But Shiv, I have a question for you. Like, you never ate like meat before. Like, what was your opinion, like preconception of meat? Like, what do you think it tasted like, and what was like your reaction after tasting it?
I mean, I think I've had like some bits of meat like when I went to Taco Bell once, and I like I was like supposed to get like the non-meat version of like some taco or something or some other thing, I'm not sure, but they didn't actually do it. So I ended up eating like a couple of bites of, I think it was chicken or something, and I don't know, it was like a pretty foreign taste. Like it was totally different from what I've eaten before, but I mean, I guess it would be something I would have to get used to, because if I would if I would eat like chicken or another type of meat more, because like if you don't eat meat for like 16 years and then all of a sudden you start eating it, I mean, it's like basically a totally different food group. So yeah, I would say I've never eaten beef, I don't think, like even accidentally, just because that's never happened. But I don't know, the fake meat tasted pretty fine. I think it was a good taste. I would definitely go again to see the other options. Yeah, and I think my dad too. He used to eat meat, and he still does sometimes. And so he didn't get any of the burgers, but I think it'd be interesting to see what he thinks about it.
Here's a follow-up question. Vegetarian food can be pretty good, right? There's lots of different, I'm not talking vegan, I'm talking vegetarian. So we've got dairy products included and stuff. Question for everybody. If you were forced to not eat meat from this point on, like no meat, like meat's, I don't know, it's not allowed or it's not available, would you feel the need to replicate the meat experience with a substitute product like this? Or would you rather go for some other vegetarian option? There's my
Yeah,
question.
that's a really good question. I mean, I can't answer that.
That is a
else
good question.
do you guys think?
I'll go first. I'd say normally, if I could eat meat, I would never say to Suraj, Colin, Shivum the next time I hang out, hey guys, let's get vegan food, right? Let's get a fake one.
Vegetarian.
Okay, yeah, no, but my point is that if I was not allowed to eat meat, then I think I definitely would. I think this would be what I would eat a lot, just because growing up eating meat, it would be something that I would miss. And maybe I would definitely, to answer your question, yes, I would definitely ask for this supplement or replacement meat, because maybe I'd try to phase off of it, but I could not go, I mean, literally cold turkey, right? Kind of literally. Pun.
Well, I think
I
they
don't
do
know.
have
But yeah.
they sell turkey.
But yeah, like I would not just stop eating meat altogether. I would definitely have to phase out of it or eat this replacement meat. Yeah.
Yeah, like similarly to Evan, uh, I feel like I would still like want to like have this experience, and like I wouldn't be able to like just go from eating meat, like pretty frequently, just like not eating at all. So I definitely want to like replace it, and but I feel like since like so many people already are vegetarian or are vegan, I feel like it wouldn't like be as hard like as a lot of people think, and I feel like that's just gonna be like more of a normal thing as time goes on, like as we become more conscious of like the effect that our food has on the planet and stuff. So I feel like it would be like not as difficult as of a transition as it's like built to be, but I would definitely like consider this as like an option like every once in a while if I just wanted to like remember what it was like to eat meat before.
I actually went like full on vegetarian like a couple months ago, and it wasn't that bad. Like I love chicken. I eat it like for majority of the week, and it sucked the first week of the month, but like I got used to it. I mean, there's like a bunch of Indian dishes that are vegetarian, so I guess it doesn't taste that bad. But I'm not sure about American food and how.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Oh yeah, you want to continue?
Go on.
Okay, yeah. Well, so I've always been vegetarian, so like I don't really have any inclination to eat fake meat, right? Like I could just eat a veggie burger or not even eat those. Like I just eat anything that's vegetarian. And definitely Indian, like being Indian and like eating a lot of Indian food, it's good because vegetarian Indian food is like kind of like at least a lot of Indian food is vegetarian. Like it's not substitute for something else. Like if a dish is vegetarian, it was meant to be that way. It wasn't like substituted with something else like beans or tofu or something like that. Like that's like a pretty big difference than when I'm going when like comparing going to an Indian place, Indian restaurant to like a Chinese restaurant. When I'm going to an Indian restaurant, I just order the normal dishes that I usually want to get with like not even taking into account like the meat. But with Chinese food, like most of the dishes are meat, right? So there's like a lot less options. So and sometimes I have to ask for them to substitute something. So that's like a conscious decision that I have to make every time.
Yeah, and I also really like the point you brought up about like the different cultures and like the different like views on vegetarianism and meat, because like in America, like our culture is so heavily predicated like on like beef and like agriculture and the like raising animals as like part of our diets, and that's been such a historical constant in the United States. But in other regions, like you guys were talking about in India, like there's a lot more emphasis on like vegan dishes that like weren't meant to be having meat originally. So I feel like it's definitely going to be like difficult to like change a lot of people's minds in the United States because they're like so used to this and they feel like it's just kind of like how they were raised. But I definitely think it's like going to be good for the planet. And like I think as people become like more multicultural and like more aware of like the other stuff going on in the world and like of other customs, I think it's like going to become more popular. I feel like a lot of like young people especially are really like invested in it and like really open to it. So I definitely feel like as you become like more of a multicultural society, like it's going to become a lot more popular.
Yeah, I'm curious for Mr. Corbett's, like what would your answer be? Would you go for the Beyond Burger or would you go like straight for the quinoa salad?
I you know, it's a question I don't fully know the answer to. If I had to go months or years without eating meat, maybe I would give in. But I would say there's a lot of really good vegetarian options. Like I can get a long way on just good bread and cheese. Like that would last me a long time. Or pasta, you know, it's not hard to think of, you know, a lot of good things that again were meant to be that way and aren't a substitute or like creating a fake flavor that isn't from nature. So I feel like I could go a long time at least, but after years and years, I might give in and have another fake hamburger. I've been writing down some of the things you guys have said and thought they might make for fun, like slogans for Next Level Burger. I don't know what their slogan is. I don't know, Suraj, if you're on the website, if you can see what their slogan is, but I thought of some new ones based on the things you guys said. I didn't think of them actually. I just wrote them down. Let's see if we can find out what their actual slogan is first. Or it could be a bumper sticker, possibly.
I don't know if they have a slogan. Oh wait. Well. No.
Yeah, I'm on their
Oh, yeah,
website
they
right
do.
now.
They do.
They do?
Yeah, it's called Burgers for a Better World. That's a pretty good one.
Okay. Well, here's let me if Next Level ever listens to this podcast, I think we have some creative options for them. Here we go. Ready? Next Level Burger. It kind of tastes like chicken. Next Level Burger. It was all right, I'd say.
That's all right.
Next Level Burger. It looked a lot like fish.
Oh my God.
Next Level Burger. It felt like chicken, but it didn't taste like anything. Next Level Burger. Not that bad. Next Level Burger. It tastes pretty fine. There you go. That's
Yeah,
you
I
guys.
think they would definitely use that.
Like
Yeah,
those are
that's good.
winning lines.
Yeah.
That'd actually be a good title for like maybe like a review. Like if they think it's like mediocre, like a reviewer could be like, "We should do that. We should like
That could be
make
that.
a written
That's
review."
the title.
Yeah, that should be
The
the title.
episode.
Of, oh my God, title
Boom.
of the episode.
Thank you, Mr. Corbett. That sounds good.
I think all of those are pretty accurate descriptions of what we thought Next Level Burger, or just, you know, fake meat in general is at this stage. But I think we're all
Mhm.
looking forward to how this industry grows and improves and spreads. Because currently, Next Level Burger, just this specific chain is only in like California, Oregon, Texas, and New York, maybe a couple others, but you know, those kinds of places like urban areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the one that I went to get the food was inside of a Whole Foods. So I feel like they're like definitely gonna like want to get like another presence like outside of the grocery stores, but I definitely think that they're on their way. So like as it becomes more popular, I feel like it's gonna like be popping up more and more.
Mm-hmm. And I would say back to like the electric car analogy, like the Prius came out in 1997, and 25 years later, next year, there's going to be an electric Mustang. Like that industry has come a long way, and people, you know, they hated the design of the Prius, like hybrids were weird, and now there's like full on electric cars. So I'd say this is sort of like that. I think it's going to fit a very similar storyline, and I think in not that many years from now, it'll be a much more normal thing to have fake meat in places like even Burger King now. I think isn't the Impossible Burger like a permanent thing? I
Yep.
think it's a permanent menu
Yeah.
item.
It is.
That's Burger King, right? It's a huge chain. All the other fast food companies are going to follow. I think they are following. So I think this is definitely going to be a big thing in the future. And I'm excited for them to really perfect it. Because, I mean, if it's better, if it tastes just as good as the meat, then I'll definitely eat that a lot more because it is better for the environment. and it is nicer to the animals.
It'd be good to know what other
yeah.
stuff is in the burger, like the degree of processed stuff. Yeah, that'd be worth knowing.
Isn't it just like
Yeah.
mostly soy though?
I don't
It
know.
might be like the overall structure, but obviously they need something to create the flavor.
I mean, the chicken burger didn't have that much flavor.
Okay. Yeah, so I think overall we are medium impressed like with our take on this kind of burger so far, but we're definitely optimistic for what's to come. And so I think that's a good place to conclude. Uh it's been great to have Mr. Corbett on the show.
Mhm.
This is our first time having no, this is our second time having a teacher on the show. We had Mr. On earlier and now Mr. Corbett, so we could do this more often as well. And
Mhm.
maybe we could see Mr. Corbett again if Mr. Corbett
Yeah,
is interested.
thanks for having me. Next time, I'm down for a regular segment of restaurant reviews. So I need an excuse to go out. So I got you.
Okay.
I think that could definitely be a future project that we could do.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I appreciate the level of depth that you guys took in your reviews. I feel like, I didn't have the fish burger or the chicken burger, but I feel like I had it, and that's pretty good.
All right. Well, so from all of us here at the Podcast Club, stay tuned for the next episode, and thank you for watching.